There's this weird contradiction I noticed in myself, and I have a feeling it's not just me. On one hand, I think what most people actually want, more than money, more than success, maybe even more than love in the abstract sense, is to be seen, to be validated and recognized in my term. Like really seen, understood accurately by someone else without really having to perform or explain yourself first. That really sounds like fantasy, right? Like someone who just gets it, gets you without the whole exhausting process of translating yourself into something else legible, or like without you having to build a case for who you actually are, like who you are every single damn time. And I think that fantasy really runs deep, deeper than we usually admit. Think about like how much of ordinary conversation is just context setting. Like you meet someone new and you spend the first however many interactions basically feeding them information so they can start basically um kind of assemble picture of you, like where you're from, what you do, what you're into, what kind of humor lands with you. It's kind of exhausting. I mean, it's needed, but like if you actually stop and notice it, and the appeal of being known, really known by, I don't know, an old friend, I wish I could have one, a sibling or whoever, like it's that you get to skip all that part. Like they already have some kind of picture of you from the past, even though you guys don't really talk each other as much as you guys did before. They kind of have this context so they can talk to you about like whatever things going on in your life, and you can be pretty kind of casual with them. But also on the other side, you really can't talk a lot about the things that are going on in your life because of that, because they don't really know you right now, but only the past version of yourself. So they kind of drag you down, like pull you down to that version. Like they want you to be that instead of who you are right now. So I guess that doesn't work every single time. But anyways, like then, like, and this is like the part that like messed with me a little when I actually paid attention to it. When it happens, when someone says something about you, like that's dead accurate, but names something you hadn't even said out loud, my first reaction usually isn't relief. Like it's kind of this flinch, almost like being caught. Like, wait, like how do you know that? Which doesn't make sense on the surface, because isn't this the thing I say I wanted in the first place? Like, isn't this like the exact fantasy I just described? And I think what's going on is there's a difference between wanting to be seen in theory and wanting to be seen in the specific moment it's actually happening to you. So, in theory, being seen is this warm, validating idea. You picture it happening on your terms at a pace you control, like showing exactly the parts you're ready to show. In practice, it means someone has access to a part of you that you don't really fully control anymore. So once someone names that thing accurately, that insecurity you've never really said out loud, the pattern you keep repeating, the thing you do when you're scared, when you're overwhelmed, you can't quietly just manage the story about yourself the way you could before. There's a witness now, like someone who has independently arrived at a piece of the truth without your permission, like without really you handing it to them on your own terms. And some part of us, I think, actually prefers the buffer, like prefers being almost understood in a vague, flattering, editable way, or over being nailed exactly, like accurately, as I said, because almost understood leaves you room. Like you can still adjust the narrative, still play up the part, like or downplay that part, like still be the author of your own story a little bit. but being seen precisely takes the pen out of your hand. Like, it's not that the other person did anything wrong, it's that accuracy itself feels like a loss of control, even when what's being seen in is something good. Like, it's genuinely something that I said I wanted, like as if, like, to the point where I thought it's a fantasy. I think this is maybe why people push away the friends or partners who see them most clearly, right? When things start getting really real, like, not because those people got something wrong, like that's easy. You can correct someone who's wrong, like laughs it off, like redirect the conversation. But like, it's when they get something right that things get complicated. Like, right, you just have to sit in. You can't argue your way out of an accurate read without basically admitting that it's accurate. So instead, people create distance. They get a little cold, a little bitter in front of them, a little evasive. They change the subject, and it looks like nothing. It looks like a mood, but if you trace it back, it's usually sitting right on top of the moment they got seen too clearly. I also think that this explains something about why new relationships, romantic or otherwise, feel easier at the start. Especially for me, I just always had knack of talking to strangers really well. I don't know why, it's just so easy for me. But once it gets kind of long term kind of friendship, I just don't know how to start, like how to just check on them. Yo, what up? Like, what is going on in your life? Just thinking about you. How you doing, man? I just can't do that. I don't know why. So, like, not because they're better necessarily, but because nobody really has enough data on you yet to see you accurately. And I think this is the reason why I feel like talking to strangers just infinitely easier for me compared to talking to my parents, my brother, my family members. Like, you get to be the curated version for a while in front of strangers, and the comfort creeps in later, not when things go wrong, but often when things go right, when the other person starts actually getting you, and the editable version of yourself starts slipping out of your hands. And I don't know if there's a clean resolution to this. Like, honestly, part of me wants to end this on some neat insight, like, just let yourself be seen. Be transparent, be ingenuous. Is it ingenuine, genuine? But I don't think it's that simple, and I don't think pretending it would be honest. I don't think, like, you get to have both the fantasy of being fully known and seen, and the comfort of staying a little unreadable, a little in control of your own narrative. I think at some point you actually have to choose whether you want the comfort or the contact, because, like, those might be the same thing you thought you wanted, wearing two different costumes, one that feels safe from a distance and one that actually costs you something up close. So maybe the more honest version of I want to be seen is I want to be seen, but only the parts I've already made peace with. And maybe growing up in whatever sense that means is slowly shrinking the gap between those two things until being seen and being comfortable aren't opposite anymore. So that's about it in this video. Thank you for watching.